Good early evening, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good Thursday so far. And we got to talk a little bit about some Seahawks news that came across the wire a couple hours ago. Not that this is anything overly shocking. We all knew this was going to happen. We just needed an exact date, and now we have it. So let's talk about Jordyn Brooks. First, though, just to tell you guys what's going on tonight, for those of you who may be also participants over on my Twitch channel. I will be streaming something tonight, but as of right now, it does not look like it's going to be Fire Emblem. It doesn't look like GameStop is going to be doing the day before release party, meaning I'm going to get it tomorrow. So if I get it tomorrow, I'm going to start playing it tomorrow evening, but not going to start tonight because I won't have it. So either way, hope to see you guys there, but it looks like Fire Emblem is going to be tomorrow. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about Jordyn Brooks. So earlier today, Jordyn Brooks had successful surgery on his right knee. Of course, that was the injury that ended his season against the Jets and is also possibly going to affect what he does in 2023. So let's try to do the math here. Jordyn Brooks had ACL surgery. Now, how long does it take to recover from ACL surgery? I would say that this tweet that Brady Henderson wrote, which he says 9 months, is basically the worst case scenario. Well, the worst case scenario is that the injury fails or has a setback and then he has to be out for a whole year, of course, but assuming the surgery went well, which supposedly it has, I think a 9-month rehab is the worst case scenario. So it's good to plan for the worst case scenario because while it is a worst case scenario, it's also very possible. It's not some crazy edge case that it'll take this long. So 9 months. Okay, so it's mid-January. It's January 19th. So let's count off months here. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. And that's 9 months. So mid-October. If you want an exact date, not that exact dates are going to help you that much for something like this, it would be October 19th. October 19th, well, as you can see, in the previous season, the first regular season game was September 8th. September 8th, the first NFL Sunday of the season was on the 11th. So basically the second week of September. And you can see that October 19th was the week in week 7. So assuming a similar schedule distribution for the NFL in 2023, you're looking at Jordyn Brooks missing the first 6 weeks and then being able to play in week 7, assuming that this rehab schedule holds. That's a pretty significant part of the season. That's 6 out of 17 games. And what is he going to be when he comes back, especially at first? Is this a scenario where after 9 months he'll be 100% ready to go doing all the stuff that he used to do? Or is it a scenario where it's also going to be a couple of months before he even gets back up to speed? Hopefully it would be the former, but I think we all know that you don't go from not playing in the NFL for a year to playing in the NFL and everything's just totally okay. There's got to at least be a little bit of a transition there where you might not want him out there every snap. And we know that when Jordyn Brooks is healthy on this defense, he typically plays every snap. So that is the worst case scenario for Jordyn Brooks' timetable. Now, I want to be clear here. There is a window for his rehab. His window, I believe, starts at about 6 months. I believe that it is possible that Jordyn Brooks will make a full rehab and be ready to start playing again in 6 months. I think that's the best case scenario. And I know there are probably some extreme cases where a guy was ready in like 5 months after an ACL tear or whatever. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm trying to be realistic best case scenario. So 6 months from today, February, March, April, May, June, July. So basically he's ready by mid-July. What's going on in the NFL in mid-July? Well, that's basically when training camp starts, right? You have your preseason training camp for your rookies, and then you have your, a little bit later, training camp for your veterans. So if Jordyn Brooks makes a full recovery by mid-July, he won't really have missed anything. The only thing that will have really changed for him is that he's unlikely to be getting the fifth-year option picked up on him because he's just kind of an unknown right now. If he was healthy, then I could maybe see this team going, okay, He leads our team in tackles every year. He does this, he does that, blah, 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 blah. We got to pick up that option because it's going to be cheaper than the extension. Now, I don't think there's any way you pick up the option because he just had a massive injury. He might never be the same again. You're going to at least want to see him before you consider committing big money to him. So, basically, the best case scenario, Jordyn Brooks doesn't miss anything significant. He's ready to go for camp. He's ready to go for preseason, ready to go for OTAs, ready to go for the season. So, that's within the realm of possibility, but also within the realm of possibility would be week 7 being the week where he can actually start playing in the NFL again in a real game. So you have to prepare for both possibilities, but the important possibility to prepare for here would, of course, be the worst case, which is 9 months, he misses the first 6 games, and then he's ready for game 7. We have to at least treat that as the likely outcome for now. So the good thing about this, and, I'm not talking about Brooks at all here. Of course, this is a bad thing for him. This is a bad thing for him all the way around. I do believe it will force the Seahawks to take the linebacker position very seriously this offseason. We are probably going to be looking to bring in a blue chipper in the draft, and I'll say it straight up. It's not a very good draft for linebackers. You are going to have to be aggressive if you want somebody who's actually really desirable. There's Trenton Simpson, Henry To'oTo'o, and then I don't know about anybody else. Maybe Ivan Pace, but Ivan Pace is a different kind of player. Free agency for linebackers? Not that great. Not appealing. So you're going to have to hit it hard. And Cody Barton's a free agent. BBK is a free agent. That you don't really have anybody else you can rely on. Maybe Tanner Muse, but I think Tanner Muse is at least a restricted free agent. You're going to have to fight to keep him around at least a little bit. And then you've got guys like John Radigan, who... Are you really going to bet on John Radigan? Who's never... Has he played a snap on defense yet in his career? I don't think so. So, I will say this will probably motivate the team to attack the linebacker position heavily this offseason. But bottom line is, we do actually kind of need Brooks right now. And I can't believe I'm saying that because you guys know I'm not really a big Jordyn Brooks fan. But bottom line is, if we're going to stick to this 3-4 defense... Finding 2 new starters in the 3-4 defense, not going to be easy. Even if you get a guy like a Trenton Simpson in the first round, who is kind of the guy that I'm targeting right now at number 20, what then? Are you going to bring back Brooks? Are you going to bring back Barton? Is Barton going to be your starter? That's kind of tepid, but what else can you do, right? Are you going to draft somebody else? Who else? Who else are you going to get? Are you going to get To'oTo'o and Simpson? Are you going to start 2 rookies at inside linebacker? Are you going to go get somebody in free agency, which is, that's going to be tough. I've looked at free agency linebackers. It's not great. So you add it all together. You look at all this stuff going on at the linebacker position, and we kind of need Jordyn Brooks for at least that one more year. I know he's not great. I know he has big problems in his game. I'm not a fan of him. I don't think he's a very good player. But we need him. I don't know if he's better than Barton, but I know he's under contract and Barton isn't. I don't know if he's even better than BBK, but I know BBK's had a massive injury that has threatened to derail his whole career. So hopefully Brooks can overcome his massive injury in a way that it doesn't look like BBK is going to be able to. So 6 to 9 month window. I'm hoping we fall closer to that 6 month window so he's ready to go week 1. That's what I can say. See you guys later. Go Hawks.